What's up guys, in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about object-oriented programming. I'm not going to go very deep on this subject. I just want you to know what is a class, what is an object, what is an abstract class, the containment thing, and yeah. So, first of all, what is a class? A class is a code template for creating objects. So yeah, now the question is, what is an object? If we go here, we can see that an object is the collection of various data and functions that operate on those data. So, an object contains data and functions. These data and functions are usually called attributes and methods. So as you can see here, I have this is one of my projects in my university, and it's a very simple one. We are just going to focus on this thing. So first of all, this is a class diagram, and each square of the diagram represents a class. And as we said before, a class is a code template for an object, and an object contains attributes and methods. So for example, we have this big square which represents a class, the code template of an object, and this class has these attributes and these functions. These attributes and this method, sorry. So we can see that in the class vehicle, we have the attributes model, purchase year, and license plate. This means that the model is a string, the purchase year is an integer, and the license plate is a string. Class diagrams are very useful if you do them before programming, because now we know that we just have to declare this model, purchase year, and license plate. Then we have to declare these methods and so on. But yeah, this is the class vehicle. If we go down here, we can see that we have a motorcycle class, a car, and a truck. But if you saw this, like if you check this, you can see that motorcycle, car, and truck, they are all vehicles. And that's why we have here the vehicle class with the letters like this. Cursive, I think it's said. So yeah, this means that the vehicle class is an abstract class. What is an abstract class? It's a class that cannot be instantiated. This means that when you are programming in Java or things like that, you cannot declare this class. Like, yeah, it's there, it exists, but you cannot declare it. Like, you cannot create an object which is a vehicle class. You cannot do that. You can create the classes that inherit all the things from the vehicle class. So for example, you can create a motorcycle. When I said that all these classes inherit the things of the vehicle, I said that motorcycle inherits all these attributes and inherits all these methods. So this means that motorcycle contains also the model, purchase year, license plate attributes. The same happens with car, and the same happens with truck. But you can see that motorcycle has a specific attribute which is electric, and car has a specific attribute which is diesel, and truck has a specific attribute which is non-axle. So yeah, usually the classes that inherit something from an abstract class, they have a specific attribute and methods. So this is what is happening here. These classes, they all share these methods and attributes, but they have their own specific methods. But you can see here that we have these num wheels, and it is defined here again. If you check this num wheels thing, you can see that the letters are again like this. This is an abstract method. And an abstract method means that every class that inherits something from the vehicle class has to create the num wheels method. If we go to the code of the vehicle class, we can see that the num wheels doesn't have any code in the vehicle class, but they all have code in the motorcycle, car, and truck. This is good because, for example, motorcycle have 2 wheels and cars have 4 wheels. Here we can create the num wheels method in a specific way. So for example, we can say that the motorcycle always return 2 and the car always return 4. The same happens with truck. Like, we can say that the truck returns 4, 6, 8. It depends. So yeah, another thing is that if we check the types of the of the attributes, we can see that the types are very common. We have a string, int, boolean, and so on. But we can have attributes which are objects. So for example, we have here this attribute. This arrow means that is an attribute, and we have the attribute pollution index. And we see that this attribute comes from the class pollution index. This is an enumeration class, but we are not going to go deep on this. Just note that this is a class that has several values, and it means that, yeah, the pollution index can be A, B, or C. That's it. And if we check these arrows, we see that this is different. Like, these arrows are different. So for example, so what these arrows mean is that the motorcycle class, for example, inherits the things from the vehicle class. And we have here this other strange arrow, which means containment. So for example, a vehicle contains several, from 0 to infinite, ETVs. This is a Spanish thing to check if a car can be driven or not. So yeah, this means that the vehicle can have several things. It can have 0 or it can have infinite. So yeah, that's it. I don't want to go deep on this. I will make a course on Java, and in Java we will go deep on this, but not here. This is just a video for you to understand what is a class, what is an object, what are methods, what are attributes, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed the video, you understood what I meant, and yeah, give it a like, share, and see you in the next one. Don't forget to go and check my website, in which I talk about trading and cryptocurrencies and all that stuff for a very cheap price.
Damn, Sosa. You going crazy. Rest in peace, Captain Kilo 666. Estoy bajando todo, lo siento. Te quedas en nada. Rest in peace,